Welcome into the fourth and final day of your SEC Media Days craze, brought to you by Gray Media. I'm Bailey Burmaster. It has been an all-out blitz this week for all your SEC football coverage, and now we are finally in the home stretch. We've heard from 12 teams and cap off the week with the Final Four. Texas A&M, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Missouri take the stage to talk the talk before it's time to walk the walk this fall. First up on day 4 are the Aggies, and they say everything is bigger in Texas, and that remains true for the expectations of Texas A&M. Coach Mike Elko enters year 2, and it feels like Texas A&M is due for a breakthrough. He inherited a talented roster in his first year and excelled. The Aggies were just one win over Texas short of appearing in the SEC championship game, but ended the season with an underwhelming 8-5 record. The roster is full of studs, no doubt. A&M returns a plethora of starters, but only time will tell if this will be the season the Aggies can bury some big game demons. Here is our correspondent, Tyler Shaw, from Texas.
We are here at SEC Media Days, the final day in Atlanta, and finally, they say they saved the best for last because it's Texas A&M Day, and joined here by defensive back Will Lee. Will Lee the Blanket, thanks for joining us. First off, what's it like being here? Your kind of first SEC Media Days.
It's amazing. You know, I never thought I was going to be here, and just having Coach Elko trusting me to be here and be one of those top guys that he trusts and everything is amazing. So I'm enjoying it. I'm soaking it all in. So, yeah.
Well, what's been, I know you just kind of start now, what's been your favorite part of, being here and being able to represent Texas A&M at Media Days?
Really just seeing all the setup, seeing all the setups and the helmets and everything, how everything's layout. Like, it's crazy. I never seen nothing like this, so it's real different.
Tell me a little bit about the fit that you got going on here.
I want to come calm at the top, and then I'm a big shoe guy, so I feel like my shoes got to be the pop out, the whole flavor to the whole suit. So I want to come with some paint splatters, to give it a little flavor to it. So yeah.
So. When we talk about, Mike Elko, your coach at the end of the season, kind of called out the cornerbacks and the secondary and the defense a little bit. Just, we just need to be flat out better. How have you seen that you guys have improved?
I feel like we took it with a grain of salt. Some people might have took it as like disrespect and things like that, but we took it as like, yeah, like we should be better. Like, we need to get better. There's plays out there on the field that we left out there, and we need to make them. So I feel like we took it off this offseason as like, we're going to get better and we're going to execute at a high level this year. So I feel like we're going to be one of the top secondaries in college football for sure.
You decided to come back, forego the NFL. What went into that decision?
Really just trusting in the Elko's process. Like, my main thing is, like, he wants what's best for me. And we sat down and had a conversation on what's best for me. And I sat down with my family, and it was like, coming back would be the best thing for me. So I'm going to come back, do what I need to do, and then hopefully I'm in that first-round draft pick.
How much does experience help with this team? When you look at all the returners, how experienced are you guys?
We're real experienced from the front seven to the back end, like everybody's really has that connection from last year, and everybody has that nasty taste in their mouth on how the season ended. So everybody's really focused on doing what we need to do and get to where we need to get to, and that's the national championship and the SEC championship. So that's a big focus.
On the other side of the ball, you look at Marcel. How have you seen him grow as a leader and just, kind of really embrace that QB1 role?
Yeah, like just the confidence on how he's carrying himself, like you could just feel it when he walks in the locker room. He's carrying himself with a lot more confidence. Like, he really understands, like, the team needs him and we depend on him. So he's really taking that with everything we give him, and he's running with it. Like, he's doing everything he needs to do, and you could really see it out there.
And Will, looking ahead to this season, what are you most looking forward to?
Man, I'm looking forward to getting to that SEC championship and that national championship, but it all starts at UTSA, so that's my main focus right now.
All right, appreciate the time, Will. Thanks. Reporting from here in Atlanta, SEC Media Days, Tyler Shaw.
Texas A&M has been ranked in the preseason in each of the last 6 seasons. However, they only finished the season ranked once, and that was in 2020. We have one down, 3 more to go. Let's head to Fayetteville to talk about Arkansas. 2024 was a year of missed opportunities for the Hogs with at least 2 blown wins, but now the team gets a clean slate. Sam Pittman, despite some fun antics along the way, is widely considered to be on the hot seat. Arkansas returns a strong dual threat under center, but will it be enough to pull the team through a brutal SEC schedule? Our correspondent Aaron Mukes heard from the Hogs.
It's been a decade since Arkansas finished the SEC with the winning record, and the conference not doing them any favors by adding powerhouses Oklahoma and Texas in 2024. The Razorbacks managed just 3 wins in the SEC, and although it's tough no matter where you play those opponents, 2025 will present an even bigger challenge. The Hogs will be on the road against Ole Miss, Tennessee, and Texas, who all finished last year in the top 15, not to mention a trip to Death Valley to take on LSU.
Could it be easier? I just said that. I don't think so. I think it's an outstanding schedule. With that, everybody, that gives the University of Arkansas one hell of an opportunity. That's what it does. And we've got a good football team, too. They have to play Arkansas, too, now.
Coming off the 7-win season, finding ways to finish will be key. They lost 3 times in one-score games a year ago. One spot that could help in that department, the return of quarterback Taylon Green. After tossing just 15 touchdowns in 13 games, he enters year 2 of Bobby Petrino's system, looking to bring more consistency to the position.
I would say just like, in SEC Media Day, just my comfortability, with this. Last year, I was, nervous and, wide-eyed and, just coming from, Mountain West to, SEC, I'm like, whoa, but just knowing to expect and, the experience that I have and, get to apply, to this coming year and in the off-season, that's what, I'm most, excited for. That's, what, I'm doing just to plan and, work on, what I have to do to get better from last year.
If you're looking for positives, the offensive line should be much improved, which could help Green elevate his game. The Hogs up front ranked 114th in sacks allowed, but hit the portal hard. Caden Kittler, Shaq McRoy, and Corey Robinson II all slated to start. So how the new guys gel early in the season could go a long way in getting this team back to a bowl game for the 2nd consecutive year.
They do everything with each other, and every single weekend they have like a group chat, and they're like, all right, what are we doing this weekend? So just seeing how they gel and bond, as a quarterback, you love to see that.
Now, all that sounds good, but let's be honest, this conference starts on the defensive side of the ball, and when you're giving up nearly 6 yards per play, it's hard to keep up on the scoreboard. They'll lean on an upper-class heavy defense to improve in that area. 7 seniors will anchor, including linebacker Xavier Sori Jr.
So I would say just going back to what really made us, good in the run in certain games and just finding our struggles and going off of that.
You got to stop the run. Like, that's everybody's going to try. If they can run the ball on you, they probably will never throw the ball on you. So if they moving the ball down the field, you'll never probably get a ball thrown on you in the air. That's the most important thing, stopping the run.
Expectations in the media circles might not be high for this Razorback team, but in the SEC, you can't overlook any opponent, and the Hogs still plan to be playing meaningful football in late December. In Atlanta, I'm Aaron Mukes.
There will be a lot of pressure on quarterback Taylon Green and the offense to pick up the slack as the defense struggles to stay off the field. Stick with us. We have more coming up on your SEC Media Days. After the break, it's Tiger time here in Atlanta. Missouri is on deck. Welcome back to your SEC Media Days craze powered by Gray Media. Don't look now, but Missouri's on the hunt for a third straight 10-win season, and they have a real chance to do that. Eli Drinkwitz says that he is the most talented roster since he arrived in Columbia 6 years ago. They lost a lot on offense, but it's a different story on defense. 9 starters are back and are poised to lead the Tigers in their pursuit of an SEC championship game appearance. Missouri might not make as many headlines as some of the more storied programs in the conference. Nonetheless, this team could be legit contenders, especially with their favorable schedule. Let's tap in with the Tigers.
Mizou takes the field this fall with a big question mark under center. Bo Pribula and Sam Horn are in the midst of a heated quarterback battle. The winner with big shoes to fill as Brady Cook's successor. Tigers head coach Eli Drinkwitz opened up Thursday's press conference in, well, Eli Drinkwitz fashion.
I know there's a lot of burning questions in this room by the 14 of y'all that showed up. But just as a reminder, I'm not going to answer any questions about the Epstein files, whether about the radiation belt, and whether or not it was possible for Lee Harvey Oswald to get 3 shots off in 7 seconds. I don't have time to answer all those questions. But I will answer questions about Mizou football.
Back to the QB battle. The Detroit Tigers selected Horn in the 17th round of the MLB draft Monday.
First off, congratulations to Sam, Jim, and Beth. What an awesome accomplishment, awesome opportunity for that young man to be that good of an athlete, to be able to play. I think he threw 15 innings this year and really had an outstanding season. We're so proud of him to be able to compete in 2 sports.
But the signal caller will pick the gridiron over his pitching career for now.
Nothing's changed. I called him the day of the draft to make sure he was having a draft party. I called him after he got drafted, and I told him, you know, the day he got drafted, was proud of him, and I'd see him at 6:30 at workouts in the morning.
The Tigers welcomed 38 new scholarship players this fall, 17 from high school, 21 from the portal. Among those transfers, former Penn State QB Bo Pribula.
Bo came in with the right mindset, nothing given, everything earned, works extremely hard, developing his craft. He's a guy who spends a lot of extra time up there, has a chip on his shoulder, the right kind of chip, does a really good job leadership-wise. He was a guy that I got to work with a couple of days at Harmon's, and I'm just impressed with his ability to connect with our team. Very excited about that room, and know whoever ends up emerging as the quarterback is going to be in a really good position, because he doesn't have to do it all by himself.
Mizzou hopes to improve upon their 7th place SEC finish in 2024. As for their non-conference slate, that's highlighted by a highly anticipated border war rivalry September 6th against Lance Leipold and the Kansas Jayhawks.
I think rivalries are a great thing for college athletics and college football particularly, especially regional rivalries. This one goes back a long ways. The origins of our football name, the Tigers, is based off the militia that was formed to protect Columbia from people from Kansas and the Kansas area. So, you know, this is something that goes back a long way, and it's very deep, and it's something that our team is very keenly aware of. We understand the implications, the importance to our state, and look forward to playing that game, especially having it at home.
Reporting for KCTV5, I'm Marlia Campbell.
Don't be surprised if Missouri makes a lot of noise early in this season. They have 6 straight home games and do not have to travel until October 18th. Last but not least, for your SEC Media Days craze, the Kentucky Wildcats coach Mark Stoops previews his team with hopes they can give Big Blue Nation something to be proud of.
Attention.
Welcome into your SEC Media Days craze. I'm Bailey Burmaster. After 4 days and 15 teams, only one remains. There's a lot of improvement on the table for the Kentucky Wildcats. Coach Mark Stoops and the Cats are 2-12 in their last 14 SEC home games and only 7-18 in conference play since the end of the 2021 campaign. There is a new quarterback in Lexington, and he has valuable experience, but the bar is low for Kentucky. And after a 4-8 finish last year, Stoops is hoping to get the program moving in the right direction with a winning season. Our correspondent was there when Stoops took the stage.
Thank you very much. Let's talk about the Kentucky Wildcats. A year ago, just 4-8 overall, and with one surprising victory on the road in Oxford against the Ole Miss Rebels. So in 2025, the Wildcats turned their attention to ironing out the wrinkles, getting back to bowl eligibility with several dozen new faces. Mark Stoops and his returning players had to look themselves in the mirror after the Cats' first losing campaign with no bowl berth since 2015. UK added dozens and dozens of transfers, so a breath of fresh air is in the locker room.
We got a lot of good players from the transfer portal, a lot of playmakers that played a lot of football. So they know what they come in here to do, you know what I'm saying, that help us win games.
The main transfer of widespread notoriety is former Texas A&M quarterback Zach Calzada. 4 years ago, Calzada led the Aggies to a stunning upset of then #1 ranked Alabama. Stoops was quick to point out, though, Calzada will have competition.
Zach Calzada has a ton of experience. He's played a ton of reps. Cutter Boley is everything that I've talked about since he's been here. I just love everything about him, and you know, his youthful exuberance and the way he plays and his talent. And Zach and him will continue to compete and play.
The featured running back is Jamarian Wilcox, who had a shade less than 600 yards and 2 scores on 92 carries. Jamori Macklin is the main returning receiving target. In 2024, Macklin had just 13 catches for 313 yards and 4 touchdowns. Fred Ferrier also returns, and he had 13 receptions as well. Josh Caddis, the veteran of the tight end room in Lexington, and while he often does not get his hands on the football, he is a cog of an offensive line which has not lived up to its past billing of the Big Blue Wall. Caddis believes that will change in 2025.
The offensive line looks great. I think we've always had a tradition here at the offensive line position at UK, and that's, you got to be gritty. You got to be able to have a 4th-and-1 mindset like Coach Stoops talked about. So that's what we're doing. Coach identified that we need to get some guys there to fill that room, and that's what they did, and we did really good in the spring.
On the other side of the football, defensively, UK will not be the biggest in certain spots, but will have to flock to the pigskin. Alex Afari, who made the transition from defensive back to linebacker, is a prime example of that switch.
Yeah, I feel like this is the new generation of linebackers now, you know what I'm saying? Like, not too big, you know what I'm saying, that can run sideline to sideline. I feel like we're going to fit perfect. I gained up a few. I'm at 230 now, so you know what I'm saying? So feel good at linebacker. I don't think I'm that small, but yeah, I'm good there.
Stoops will rely upon a hard-nosed and strong defensive secondary.
I feel great. You know, DJ Waller, JQ Hardaway, me and Ty Bryant. I feel like they're the starters right now, but I feel like we can bond real good. Like, we've been working our butts off this offseason, and I feel like we're going to be great.
Maybe the biggest area of improvement for UK in 2025 is they're healthy. The spring of 2024 was brutal for Kentucky, and it carried over into the fall.
I don't like to talk about, you know, injuries and different things because they are excuses, quite honestly. But I think it's fair to say going into last season, the injuries that we had the previous spring put us behind the 8 ball. If you remember, going into spring of 24, we couldn't even tackle. We didn't have any physical practices. It carried over to the summer in preseason camp and through camp, and it didn't help us.
So we will see what 2025 has in store for these new look Wildcats, and keep this in mind, Kentucky has not had back-to-back losing campaigns since 2014 and 2015. I'm Brian Milam, WKYT.
We will see if there's a big impact with Mark Stoops' right-hand man, Vince Morrow, leaving to join Louisville. The Cats and Cardinals have a showdown on November 29th. That may be worth watching. Stick with us. When we come back, we're going to put a bow on this entire 4-day event. Don't go anywhere. We have nearly reached the finish line for the 2025 edition of your SEC Media Days craze. There was a lot of chaos last season. There's sure to be a lot more come this fall. We have heard from all 16 teams, and all those teams don't have the same goals and expectations, but players, coaches, and fans are ready to kick off the season in a conference that just means more.
Let me be clear, from my perspective, college athletics is not broken.
I'm very comfortable with where college football is. I'm excited about where it is.
To be the best, you got to beat the best, and you have to be up for the challenge.
Who's your starting quarterback?
Yeah, we'll find out.
We've made this a specific goal, and a specific goal meaning it's tangible for our guys. If you go through our weight room, we've got a Clemson paw print on the bags that we hit every day. It's on every monitor in the building.
And I got to be there for my teammates, you know, and so they'll expect a lot out of me this year. And, you know, we can't wait for this great season.
I didn't come here to go 7-5 every year. I came to South Carolina to compete for championships. It's attainable, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't think it was.
All the guys are hungry, new guys and the young guys. Everybody's hungry.
Got a new quarterback, Arch Manning, if you didn't know.
What do people maybe not know about you?
I feel like I'm a pretty normal guy. I like to hang out with my buddies, play golf. I take football pretty seriously, but other than that, just a regular guy.
There is zero reason that our team, Lord willing, we stay healthy. We're expected to compete in every single football game.
I think there's a lot of things that I'm super proud of that are happening within the program that are part of the progression.
The expectations here and in the locker room are to win at the very highest level and to compete for a championship.
We're nowhere close to where we need to be, but we're going to have the ability to go practice in fall camp the way we need to, very similar to how we practice in spring ball.
That is a wrap on your SEC Media Days craze. Thanks for checking in all week long on the latest headlines from the conference. The countdown to fall camp now officially begins, and then it will be time for kickoff. 16 teams competing for a conference title, with a champion set to be crowned right here in Atlanta on December 6th. I'm Bailey Burmaster. We'll see